Hey flower friends, welcome back to Flower Patch. I had to come and get my husband at the airport. I have a little bit, I came early so that I could have a chance to stop by Green Acres. One of my favorite nurseries. I think every one of them is my favorites, but whatever. Anyways, on my way down, I was listening to a podcast. It's called No Till Flowers. It's her podcast. And I learned something new, and I'm going to have to go and do a video to update a video I just did and posted. So, yeah, I love her podcast. I learned so many things, and this one was on beneficial insects. And boy, there's so much to learn in that. And integrated pest management. It's wonderful information. Every single podcast of hers, I've learned something huge for growing. So I will link that podcast in the description box below so that you can, if you're wanting to learn more about that. But whenever I take a long drive, I try to listen to whatever podcasts. And like I said, I never fail to learn something. So I am going to mic up and then put my phone on my gimbal. And we're going to go shopping. I have a few things in mind I want to look for. I had bought here the kitten around Nepeta. And I put it in a flower bed of a building that I had done the flowers for. And I loved how it stayed short. It bloomed and bloomed and bloomed. It didn't flop. And I have an area I would like to grow that in. So that's what, and I know it grows well in my garden. So I'm leaning into flowers that do super well for me. That just makes your life easier in the garden. And, yeah, some of these things that are perennials that just come back and provide the bones. I'm also going to look for, some primroses. They bring very early color when my garden is hurting for color, because it takes us a long time to start getting spring flowers. So, yeah, those are two things I know. I still have daffodils and stuff to get in the ground. I don't bother with tulips unless I can protect them, because the gophers, that's their winter food, and I end up with none when time comes around. So that's on the agenda today. So come on along and we'll take a walk through Green Acres. Here we are at the entrance. It's probably a good day. There's not a whole lot of cars in the parking lot, so I don't have to dodge as many people. But we're going to walk on in. I'm going to get me a cart and go shopping. Looks like they got some pretty trees in here. Oh, I got a flyer from them where they said their emerald thujas were on sale. That might be what these are. Arborvitae emerald green. Yeah. So there you have it. So they're all greened up. Now I'm going to grab me a cart over here and we'll get rolling. It's a little wobbly. It's because I've got this thing attached to my cart. Oh, I think it might not work. Got all, poinsettias. Thank you. I may have to hold this thing. There's too much banging around. Here we are heading outside. I had to kind of skip the indoors. There was a lot of them calling across the system and it was loud in there. So, oh great, here's some primroses. These are the 4-inch pots. I wonder if they have them in 6-packs. Oh, well, at $2.95, that's not too bad. So maybe it's just focusing in on a color scheme with them. And oh, these are pretty. Well, those are annuals. I'm not into annuals. I had thought of getting some pansies or violas for my deck planter that had my pink jasmine in it. Oh, look at those daisies over there. Let me look at those really quick. They just caught my eye. If they're an annual or not cold hardy, it's a skip. But down here, I'm in Elk Grove. It's warmer, much warmer. So let me see what these are. Chrysanthemums, 4-inch pot, zones 1 through 24. Down here's the tag that I'm reading.
prominent flower, days like flowers, 2 to 3 feet. Okay, they're just shorter, blooming shorter from being in the greenhouse, but that's a pretty, pretty color. I wonder how long they last. Full sun, deadhead, blooms, regular water, blooms in summer and fall, so it probably wouldn't carry on through the winter. So they just have them for down here, which they would carry on for quite a while. Look at all these cyclamen. I confess, I've been lousy with cyclamen. I guess I could try it again. These are not the perennial, I'm sure. No, it says perennial. Oh, zones 15 through 24. That must be the sunset zones and not USD zones. Okay. I am on the lookout for those Nepitas. And I'm just getting my bearings because as the season changed, so does where they have flowers. I was just looking at this Brachyscome. Isn't that beautiful? But it doesn't bloom through the winter for me. Full sun, let's see. Grows 8, blooms in summer. No, it doesn't have, I think I had looked it up, and it doesn't last through the winter for me. Down here, it would. And when I say down here, I mean down here in Elk Grove and not in the mountains. Okay, let's see. I'm looking both sides. Oh, look at this. They have the mosquito plant, citronella. Pretty, pretty. Ooh, look at this geranium. Isn't that pretty? Look at those colors. I love that. That would I probably have to put it in the greenhouse or put it in the windowsill inside. Ooh, and look at these dianthus. Now, dianthus do well for me, and they will start blooming early in the spring. Our first frost, these would take a dive, but they would recover and come back. So here is some Gara. Is this the Gara I got last time? Little Janie. I wonder how tall that one gets. I like those shorter growing ones. 16 to 18 inches. Yes, gorgeous. Zones 6 through 10. So that's $6. That's a possibility. There's some sages, autumn sage, some lavenders. Oh, look at those violas over there. Okay, I'm going to keep looking because I'm going to focus on what I arrived for. Well, I'm also just killing time, but until I have to get my husband. But I wanted to look and see if they had those Nepitas in. I keep saying kitten around. That's the one, kitten around. There's another one called Persian Blue that I wouldn't mind getting, but I haven't seen it here. There's some beautiful geraniums. Geraniums will overwinter here in Elk Grove. When I lived down in Linden, they overwintered for me. More lavenders. Cabbages. I've never done well with the cabbages either. I think it's because they would freeze at my house. So look at these interesting. Oh, is that the different? Oh, Pawnee Spirit. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. And that's $8.95. I might have to get one of those. I don't have one of those. We'll see. We'll see. I've got so many things in pots still that need to get in the ground. I was determined to get it all planted before I did any more. I just can't help looking at these over here. They're just so brightly colored. I like this little raised bed. Mine are similar. Mine are painted a creamy color, but it's just so lovely to see what you can do. The one right now is only partially filled with debris, and I need to top it up with dirt and maybe plant something gorgeous like this. Maybe something, or put a lot of pansies in it, violas. Ooh, calendulas. Now, Icelandic poppies, they probably may overwinter. I'm just hitting myself with the cart here. Ooh, look at this color. Isn't this beautiful? Now, these are 6-packs for $5. And I like it when it's just all one selection, a whole pack of one color. And over here's the blue ones. But that might work in my planter on the deck just to get some color out there. Let me see if there's more down. That one is called Midnight Glow. All right, I'm going to keep walking. And I'm going to stop hitting myself with the cart. Oh, they have some bulbs over here. Let's see what they got left over. Looks like they're getting ready to put up their Christmas trees. That whole section, that was vegetables and what have you. Oh, I also want to go see what tree roses they have. I think that would be nice. Okay, we're going to go over to where the bulbs, maybe they're on clearance. Sometimes they put them on clearance towards the end of the season. Let's see. Freesias. Don't have any of those. I used to. But as I move things around. Okay, there's a bunch of alliums. Daffodil mix. I got to get the daffodils I have planted before I let myself buy any more. Oh, look at their amaryllis. These are 1950. Those are really pretty. And of course, onion sets and what have you. Well, I'm going to pass on that until I get mine planted. So I'm going to walk around a little bit and then I'll see what I find and then I'll bring you on back. Now here is cigar plant. Kufia, ignea, what have you. And the hummingbirds absolutely love this. It's a zone 8 and I had one similar. It was a different cultivar, but it didn't make it. So sometimes, even though I'm a zone 8 plants won't live through the winter for me because of the conditions. I'm tempted to try it again just because it does so beautiful for the hummingbirds and just to see if maybe it was just the other cultivar that didn't make it or if none of them, if I just can't have this plant. But let's see, how big is it? 18 to 30 inches, 2 to 3 foot spread. Yes. Now one thing about it, I can come back. Oh, there's a Nepeta. Let me see, what is that one? That one is 1 to 3 feet. No, that one's too tall. I have a couple of Nepetas that are taller, and I'm done with that. But it says this one's called Little Trudy. Hello. See, I'm on the right track. So, okay, Erigeron. I have some. Hopefully it will. 1 second. Look at this gorgeous heuchera. I'm hit and miss with heucheras. I have some that are doing okay. It must be where I have them, but I just love that deep purple. That one is called Forever Purple. That is just gorgeous. Oh, they have some coleus. Is that a coleus? Yeah, that is a coleus. Oh, my coleus all got zapped. Coleus King Jr. I usually grow mine from seed because they only last the summer, and I can. There's another bracketed, I don't even know how to pronounce it, brachyscome. There was a pretty blue one over there, and here's a lavender one. Well, they have some dwarf Alberta spruce. Mine are getting about to be this size. I don't really want them to get much bigger. They can get very, very big, but I wanted them as just an accent plant, evergreen in my garden, and I'm going to try to see if I can keep them shorter, and or I will give them away if they start to get out of control. I have too small of a garden to put in a huge, huge tree. I didn't find the Nepeta, whichever way you pronounce it. So I'm moving on to the shrubs to see what they have in. You know, this is not the height of the season, so the selection is limited. Oh, this is a Wilma Goldcrest cypress. I have killed 2 of these golden cypresses, and I love them. I have them in the greenhouse, and then in the summer I just don't take care of them good enough. Oh, look at these French flowers. Chinese French flowers. Look at them, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't think they have any standards here. So that's razzleberry. That was the one I had the standard or tree form of that I loved, and the snow busted and killed. I tried to save it, but it was a no-go. And this one is rubrum. Look at that red foliage. I love that. Just so beautiful. Lots of choices down here. Lots of pretty foliage. I see some bananas or bird of paradise, one or the other. I'll have to look. I've always wanted a bird of paradise, but I know it won't overwinter for me, and I'm trying to remember that I want to make my gardening life easier, not harder. And I need to make choices on that, not on what I would like to have. So I'm a plant nut, therefore I can go crazy just because they're beautiful. You think azaleas would do good for me? I killed one last year, so And I really don't have anywhere for them. So I'm skipping on that. I am heading out just to see what the tree roses are looking like, what they have. I know on their newsletter here for Green Acres that they said you could order your bare root roses. I tend to get my bare root roses from places that carry them own root, and that's because a lot of times we get some really freaky weather that kills roses down to the ground, and only the ones that are on their own root, grown on their own root, will come back true. All the others will revert to whatever they're grafted onto. So what is this? Boxwood English Lollipop. I like those. And they are $23.50. That's not bad. I could put those on my deck so they don't get busted off by the heavy snow. But that's a pretty good price. By the time you get them this big and pruned them up, yeah, it could take a while. But look at all that new growth on there. I would have to try to make sure I watched the nighttime temperatures to make sure they didn't get zapped with all that new growth. I'm tempted by that for sure. So I will move on, and if it's important enough, I will come back for it. So we are back here with all the beautiful roses. It doesn't hurt to look and see what they've got. And right now it's perfect because they really show their colors with the cooler weather. There's some knockout roses. I saw some really beautiful ones at Cultivate Show. So over here is some proven winners. Oh So Easy Italian Ice. And Rose Senorita. And then some more Rose, lots, looks like Sunset. Rose It's a Breeze. So, yeah, lots of pretty. Oh So Easy Lemon Zest. I don't know, they might be on their own root. So here is some more carpet roses. Some beautiful ones. Yeah, much bigger selection than the last time I was here on the roses. I'll have to check and see what they're. But of course, you know, it's cooler here this time of year and it's a good time to plant them. Oh, they have Sunblaze roses. Ooh, I love my Sunblaze rose. It was so outstanding. So I'm really gonna have to look. Ooh, they have All a Twitter Orange. Ooh. And they're $26.50 for a 2-gallon. That's a really good price. Rose, that's just a miniature lemon drop. There's only 2 Sunblazes, or maybe they have more. I don't know. Let's see. That Bridal Sunblaze, that one's more white. I was looking, there's a pink one that I was really looking at that to put in my rose garden, my cottage rose garden, because they stay shorter and they'd be great. The one I have bloomed all summer. So, and there's some forward. I'm gonna go look at those over there. I didn't come here for these because I didn't know they had them, but look at this one, Pink Splash Flower Carpet. Ooh, that is just so pretty. Look at the colors on that. That's lovely. There's scarlet. I really like that Pink Splash. I'll find out how much that one is. Oh, $27.50. Not bad at all. I should buy it to compare it to how my Sunblaze rose performs. So the Easy Care Rose. I'm all for easy care. I have to tell you, there is a Chick-fil-A right over there, and the wonderful aromas coming from that place is making me hungry. You know, I've only once eaten at a Chick-fil-A, and, you know, it was okay, but I didn't know what all the excitement about it was. It was just okay. And, yeah, that place has always got a line of cars in the, what do you call that, drive-through lane. Here's some more flower carpet. I wonder how these, that Pink Supreme, how they stack up, like I said before, to the Sunblaze as far as blooming and looking tidy. I don't know, I just might try one. This deep pink would be gorgeous too. Wow, wow, wow. Ooh, there's some lighter pink ones over there. Okay, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Came here for just a couple things, and now I am going nuts over these roses. Yeah, see, I'd get this one, but it's not the color I wanted as far as this being a Sunblaze. And the other orange one, yeah, I already have an orange one. So, oh wow, here's the tree roses. So these are probably icebergs. I know they had a lot of icebergs. Oh, that one's Sugar Moon. I wonder what this one is, if it's iceberg. Yep, iceberg. So I have the iceberg. It's got the blend of the white and red, burgundy iceberg, I should say. Okay, let's see, how much are they? These are $77.50. Iceberg, Pope John Paul, and Sugar Moon. Maybe they grouped them all there together because they're white. Or maybe that's all they had left over. Oh, look at these. These things have lots of beautiful shape. So I'm talking to myself while I'm talking to you inside, debating whether to pick up one of those carpet roses just to test it. You know, I've never grown any of them, so I should test it and see if it works for me. So I need to keep an eye on the time too. Oh, look at that beautiful plant. They don't grow like that for me, but it's still fun to look. Still fun to look. I'm not going to complain about where I'm growing my garden. I just have to recognize the limitations and grow within them and just enjoy. And then I can come here and enjoy the flowers that bloom this time of year. Look at that blue bird bath. That's beautiful. Okay, I always like this little section because especially in March when it is so cold at my house still and nothing's blooming, these roses will be in bloom and just a treat for my eyes. Sorry if the cart's rattling loudly to you. Okay, I'm gonna go back this side and look at these carpet roses. I think I really am gonna get one, especially as they didn't have the Nepeta, so I'll have to wait for that. Rose carpet white, the coral, that coral color is gorgeous. I don't want a yellow. Let me see, these ones over here. This pink is great. Let me see, carpet red, what is this one? Apple blossom, okay. Yeah, that's more my style. This is apple blossom too. So deciduous ground cover rose, low growing habit, great along borders or in containers. Lush pink blooms springs until frost, resistant to mildew and black spot. Full sun. I think those are it. How far does it spread? 36 inches. Ooh, that's great. Be perfect. Now there's another brighter pink. The apple blossom right now is on the list, and here's a brighter one over here. And that one is called Pink Supreme. It's a darker pink. So, I think the apple blossom will blend better because I have a lot of lavender roses in that area. And I think the subtle tones, color of it is what would work. So let's see, that one's a Monrovia selection, and Monrovia apple blossom, what is it? It says $27.50, so they're both the same. This one looks a little fuller. Well, this one looks really full. When you're shopping, you know, really look at the plants and see which one's gonna pack the most punch and is really healthy looking. These are really healthy looking. And I think I have a few frost-free nights coming up. So maybe the ones with this one right here with barely any buds might have a chance to even open up. But also this one down here that's got some open and some closed might be a good one. I'm gonna have to really examine them closely before I choose one. And I'll put my phone camera down and do that. I went ahead and picked the one with all the buds because it has a really thick chunky trunk, and it looks like there's a couple of them in there. So I think that's a good choice, and it looks very healthy and ready to bloom. And I might get some blooms off of it before we get frozen weather. Excuse my shadow. Sun's behind me, and ooh, that sunshine feels so good. So there we go. I'm gonna try this apple blossom carpet rose. I'll tell you all about it. It's going in my Rose Cottage Garden. I know exactly where I want it, and I'm gonna enjoy it. And I know where I could get more because they had quite the selection. So let me look at the time really quick. I gotta look at my watch. So So it's almost 12:30. I'm supposed to pick up my husband at 1:30. I probably should go get checked out. And yeah, because by the time I get back in the car and on the road and with traffic, we never know. So he's over there cleaning up plants. Lots of beautiful roses. Queen Elizabeth I have. It didn't do well this year because it got kind of behind some other things, and so it didn't get the sunlight it needed. But yeah. All right, that was a quick visit. It's okay but they didn't have the Nepeta. But I did. I got a treat, and I'm thrilled with it. I don't even remember the other plants I had looked at and was tempted by, because this is something I know will make it great for me and is something I have wanted to get. Look at all the Japanese maples. They're losing their leaves, but this is where I got my Crimson Queen Japanese maple. Some azaleas. Look at those gorgeous azaleas. Okay. Such a beautiful day. It's so warm out. I think it's only in the upper 60s, but it just, compared to the mountains, it's balmy. Oh, look they have some succulents. I need to take you along. I have tons in my garden that I want to start making dish gardens with. They have thrown out babies like crazy. And yeah, I can pull up the babies and put into some little dishes I bought here that I can then give to friends. So yeah, I was gonna look over here again. Well, that black-eyed Susan's looking pretty sad. I think they need to deadhead it and let it put on some new blooms. Oh yeah, that's right. I do want to get some pansies for my deck planter. So I'm gonna get the ones I spied earlier and then head to the checkout. Let's see over here. These have such a beautiful dramatic color on them. Six is plenty. And those are gorgeous. I could get some to put in my greenhouse for when I'm videoing as a backdrop. That will work too. Oh yeah, primroses. I forgot. I did want to get some primroses. See? I forget what I'm doing. I did not see any primroses in 6-packs, so I will take some of these. So which ones do I want? I know I have some like this. These only come in these little, they're $3 each. I do have some in my greenhouse, but I'm going to put these out in the garden. So I want some similarly colored, because I like groupings of a certain color. So I'll get 2. There, we'll do good. That's enough of a grouping for this. So heading to the checkout.
You'll get food and appreciate what you think, girl. You'll be really cheap and considerate.
Oh, they have some really neat little boxes and decorations, wreaths, and stuff. So they have also all kinds of patio stuff here. I'm on the hunt for a pizza oven. I would love to try that. We love pizza, and I have a great pizza recipe, pizza dough, that I would love to try out with one of those pizza ovens. They're not cheap, so I got to save up for them. It would help if I'd stop buying plants, huh? So, yeah, looks like there's a little bit of a line, but that's not unusual, and they usually get through it pretty quick. So I'm going to pay for these and then head to the car. If you're into poinsettias, they've got quite the selection here. I did a video this last week at an Ace near home, and they had purple ones. I don't know how they got them to turn purple, if they gave them colored water or what, but look how gorgeous these are. So off to the car we go. It's a little noisy out here, sorry about that with my rattly cart, but yeah, got my rose and I got the primroses, and now it's time to go get my husband. And you know, I parked where there was no cars, and thought I was safe that no one would park behind me, because that's where I put my plants. And what do you know? All these parking spots, and they park right behind me. Oh well, I should have I don't know. Anyways, that was my plan. So I put these in the back seat rather than the very back. They'll work. I've got a bag. They give you bags here for putting your plants in so you don't get your car dirty. And my other plants are right there. I guess I should turn around and say goodbye.
Okay, we are done shopping. The other outro I did was too rattly I had a plastic bag in my hand and it was annoying. Anyways, it's time to go pick up my husband. I got a few things here at Green Acres. I didn't find what I was on the hunt for, but it's not the end of the world. It's something I can get later. And I did find that beautiful carpet rose, and also the primroses will be beautiful in my garden. I won't get to enjoy them much right now. It's in the spring that they really shine because there's really nothing else blooming and they will be blooming. So I will make sure in the next video I'll take you along to tell you what I had mentioned in the intro and what I have learned and I did wrong and I need to correct. So that will be coming soon, so stay tuned. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed this little visit to Green Acres Nursery and Supply in Elk Grove. And I'll make sure and bring you along again next time. And there's always something to see. It was pretty slim pickings today, but it's that time of year when you don't really have a whole lot. And that's okay, because then you can kind of focus. When there's so much, you really can get overwhelmed. But having it narrowed down like this, it really helped. And the roses were looking great. So I really got to see how they look when they're at their prime. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.